All right, so I'm recording this in the middle of the night right now. I was just about to go to bed, but then I opened my phone and saw Donald Trump post one of the dumbest conspiracy theories on his social media page. So I got up, ran to my desk, and now we're here talking about it. This conspiracy is so bad that people are raising even more questions surrounding Donald Trump's mental ability, his ability to be president, because it appears that he's forgetting some very basic facts that involve himself. So I'm going to show you this conspiracy theory in a moment, go through all of it, debunk it, of course, but before I do so, make sure to subscribe to the channel down below. It does go an incredibly long way. Drop a like on the video, comment, let me know what you think about this story. And without further ado, let's just look at Donald Trump's social media post. It's right here. He posted it at 12:38 in the morning. He was awake, tweeting, as he normally does. It's like one of his favorite activities. And he said, and I quote, this is a real Truth Social post, quote, "The Biden FBI placed 274 agents into the crowd on January 6th. If this is so, which it is, a lot of very good people will be owed big apologies. What a scam. Do something, President DJT." There is so much wrong with this post. Number one, it's weird that he's awake at this hour and posting things like this. Number two, he's saying do something as if he is not president of the United States. And I also want to point out that his writing style is that maybe of a fifth or fourth grader if we're being generous. But this right here is not only false, it's just completely wrong. So first and foremost, the story surrounding these 274 agents in the crowd on January 6th has been completely misrepresented by the Republican Party and Republican media outlets. Surprising. I know, who could have seen this coming? But this is from Kyle Cheney, a legal reporter at Politico, saying, "This story is being wildly misrepresented. These agents were not undercover agents embedded in the crowd. They were part of the multi-agency law enforcement response after the Capitol was attacked, as the documents themselves make clear." If you actually read the notes next to the 274 agents on January 6th, it says exactly that. The number of agents include those that responded to the Capitol grounds and who investigated things like the pipe bombs that were placed outside of the RNC and the DNC. And it's obviously so false, and everybody knows it, that even Kash Patel, who, in a Fox News article back in September, was doing cleanup. And even he clarified that these agents were sent after the Capitol was attacked. But Donald Trump spreading a conspiracy, spreading a lie is not the most shocking thing. What is incredibly shocking about this post is how he's just getting basic facts wrong. And I just have a question for MAGA. If there are any MAGA people watching, the answer will show you how dumb your cult leader is. Who was president on January 6th, 2021? Who was in the Oval Office? Because once you answer that question and then you reread Donald Trump's Truth Social posts, it kind of exposes the real stupidity and perhaps the mental decline of Donald Trump. Trump was in office on January 6th, 2021. So what Trump is trying to say here is that Joe Biden, who was not president, had no authority over the FBI or any agency in the government, not president, was able to somehow send FBI agents into the crowd on January 6th. Is that the claim that MAGA really wants to run with? Because it is so stupid, it is so dumb, that genuinely it could be solved and debunked by like a first grader. I mean, it's that bad. And as I mentioned, people are raising some very valid questions about Donald Trump's mental ability. If he doesn't even remember when he was president, how do we expect him to deal with foreign leaders? I mean, Ron Smith, for example, on Twitter, X, said, "Trump says Biden's FBI placed agents on J6. Problem, Trump was president. Can we 25th this man already?" Referencing the 25th Amendment. Midas Touch said 25th Amendment time. Couldn't agree more. Brett Meiselas from the Midas Touch Network said, "What a moron," which I also very much agree with. Governor Gavin Newsom, his press office account, responded to Benny Johnson and Donald Trump, who are, of course, posting this, saying, "In a late night post, Trump does not remember who was president on January 6th. He weirdly shouts, 'Do something,' likely at clouds. His mental issues are very bad." And they are very bad. My point stands. If you can't even remember when you were president, how do we expect you to remember things about foreign policy, the specific details you have to know about this country in order to lead it. I don't have any faith in Donald Trump remembering these things. I don't think anybody really does, especially if he can't even remember his term, his presidential term. And this, in conjunction with the very strange health news we got surrounding Donald Trump yesterday, I think paints a pretty bleak picture about Trump's mental ability. I mean, yesterday in a video we talked about on this channel, make sure to check it out if you haven't already, we dove into this letter that Donald Trump's physician put out after Donald Trump's recent medical exam, where the White House said it was just going to be a routine yearly checkup, but it was very far from a routine checkup because, by their own admission, the visit was part of his ongoing health maintenance plan and included advanced imaging, laboratory testing, and preventative health assessments conducted by a multidisciplinary team of specialists. Now, I've had a physical. I think many of you at home have had physicals. I didn't have advanced imaging or laboratory testing or any of these things when I did my physical. This seems like it's going the extra mile. Perhaps there's something wrong with Donald Trump that would require these advanced imagings and all these extra tests that, by the way, the White House has not said exactly what tests those were. And that's why different doctors who have served former presidents, vice presidents, are kind of raising the alarm here. For example, Jonathan Reiner, a longtime cardiologist for former Vice President Dick Cheney, said the White House should be more forthcoming about the results of the latest visit, as some of the tests did not appear to be routine, and he and other medical experts argue that the job of determining a president's fitness is too important to entrust a hand-picked physician. He said, are they following up on concerns from when it was noted during the summer that his legs were very swollen, or are they following up on new symptoms? I mean, that's a good question. The White House has not told us. They've just kind of put out this report and hoped everybody would take it and run with it, that Donald Trump is healthy. But there's some very major red flags here. Other doctors who served 3 presidents, including Jeffrey Coleman, are also kind of raising the alarm, saying that presidents typically visit Walter Reed to receive advanced imaging or undergo medical procedures. So I think it's pretty clear from everything we've looked at that Donald Trump did not go to Walter Reed just for your basic checkup, for an annual physical. It's something far deeper than that. Perhaps a medical procedure, advanced imaging like a CAT scan or something like that, an MRI, I don't know. And then if it was the case, maybe the White House should tell us why Donald Trump needs any of those advanced imaging tests. Just a thought. And, you know, there's other pieces of information out there that really make you question Donald Trump's mental ability. Trump has recently claimed that he secured $17 trillion in investments this year, which, by the way, is more than America's GDP, so it's quite literally impossible. But his own White House said that they've secured $8.8 trillion, significantly less, almost $10 trillion with a T, dollars less than the number that Donald Trump is going around. So is going around saying he's getting numbers wrong. He's going to secret medical appointments at Walter Reed and having advanced tests that they're not telling us, and he doesn't even remember when he's president. I don't know genuinely how anybody can look at Donald Trump and think that this guy is healthy, that this guy is able to lead the country, because every single sign is pointing in a very different direction. But when I saw this in the middle of the night, I had to get up here and talk to you about it because it is just so outrageous. You know that, but I also wanted to debunk it. And seriously, I want MAGA to answer the question, who was president on January 6th? I'll leave the video there. Thank you so much for being here. It really means the world. Make sure to subscribe to the channel down below. It goes an incredibly long way. Drop a like on the video, comment, let me know what you think about this story. And as I always say, I greatly appreciate you, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.